So say, for example, I send you a link to your phone.
Okay.
Say that DPD, we've missed your delivery date. You need to pay £2 charge. That will be my website, for example. I will own that website. So when he puts his card details into pay, it will say it's gone through, but really his card details have just been sent to where we stored it with cards.
Is there like a certain type of people that you target, would you say?
Yeah, we love old white people. They seem to be the easiest, I'll be real.
I don't know what to do, okay? I don't have a card or anything.
How would I know the difference between a legitimate email and a made up email by someone like you?
Stop be dumb, innit? Like, really read what you're reading. Like, pay attention to it.
Another episode of Hype Talks with Hazzy, and today we're with this gentleman who's going to be telling us about a whole different world that I don't know about. And yeah, bro, go on, tell us who you are and what you do.
Come on, bro. Yeah, I go by Axe. I bang F, so I'm doing right now. I mostly do spoofing. And also the guys who are watching, if you know what spoofing is, you know what spoofing is. We'll get into details later. But
all right, cool. So let's get into details now. Okay, so bro, spoofing. It sounds like a Harry Potter world going on, but can you please tell us what spoofing is?
So if a man says to you spoofing, basically it's when a victim, for example, so say a guy like you, is getting a phone call from someone who's saying that they're from the bank and to try to get certain details out of you to make their bread. So that's when you're getting spoofed. That's what we call by spoofing.
So spoofing is like, let's just say someone calls somebody and acts like the bank and tries to get information out of them.
Literally. Bottom line, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me how you got into spoofing?
So the thing is, when I started in this whole scene, it wasn't even the thing where I got into spoofing in particular at the start. It was more silly little things like refund methods. That's how most guys start, and you jump on the refund methods. So I bumped into one guy on Telegram. And yeah, since then, me and him, it's like a duo set, and like me and him will just do everything together. So the first thing we did was refunding, then it moved on to clicking, then it moved on to spoofing, which is the kind of the final thing.
So when you're talking about clicking, a lot of the viewers won't probably know, and I don't know what myself is what clicking is. What is clicking?
So clicking is like carding, another word to put it.
Can you give us an example, please?
So it's imagine someone was to use a specific card type on a specific website for a specific amount.
Okay.
That is carding. So you're using someone else's card details to obtain the items or services that you're trying to acquire.
Okay. And you're talking about that you gained this connection, this network through Telegram. So firstly, how did you initially know that this is where you need to go to, or this is a certain contact that you need to, how does someone actually even enter that sort of scenery of fraud and spoofing?
Nah, so Telegram, you know what it is? I actually joined Telegram, not even for fraud or bureau. I joined it for unreleased music. The guys who know, it's like, you know, all the rappers, and if their projects don't come out, it goes on Telegram, innit? And I used to just bang those tunes out. And then I realized from a young age as well with my fucking situation and all of that, I really needed to make money in it. So I was already I was trying bare things and nothing was really working for me. And then in telly, there's bare advertisements, as you know, as some of you man will know, that there's bare advertisements for other shit like learning how to make money online, this, that. So I actually jumped on one of them. Spoke to a few people. I spoke to a couple man from my sides as well. I kind of knew what was going on and like who's doing what. So I knew that F was something I wanted to get into, innit? And then yeah, from there, met Broski, AR. I know he's watching this as well. Shout out AR, man, big man thing. But that's bro, man. Me and him ever since straight Joe, we've been shopping it up.
So what was the first thing of fraud that you said you did clicks, is it?
Nah, the very first thing would have been a refund store.
So can you just give us a little summary of how that went?
Yeah, so a refund is essentially where you pay for something legitimately, or you get someone to pay it for you, and then you'll raise a claim to said company, or you'll do a certain thing where you can keep the item, but the company will refund your money back. I think the first one that I've ever hit was probably Amazon. That was probably the easiest, and that was for a MacBook for 1.5k.
And that worked?
Yeah, smooth.
So how do like authorities, like for example, Amazon, how do they not clock on? How many times can you do it? Is there a certain amount of time that you can bang a refund, or does it get quite bait after a while?
It depends how you do it. It depends on how many people are on your network and, you know, where else you can get done. For most people, if you're doing it by yourself and you don't have access to other resources that someone like me would have, then maybe, yeah, there's definitely a max limit. But I can't like the ones we were running up back in the day, we were just going 20, 30, 40. Like we were running it up, man. We're just stocking all them, what's it called? You know, them tech shops that would just buy all your tech CEX. We're just stocking them up with all them refunded laptops.
So you just said resources that you have and tools you have.
Yeah.
Just so me and the viewers also know, what sort of tools are necessary to start getting into this sort of career?
certain type of phones, certain type of apps, and certain type of people. Some people will bring more to the table than others. Some people will actually bring something that you need, and some people will just bring nothing by themselves, innit? But certain things, like in certain shops, virtual cards, for example, like certain people who have got certain access to certain people who can open up banks for us as well at the same time. Just things like that. Some people have those people, some people don't.
So you said the first thing that you ever did was on Amazon.
Yeah, first thing I ever done was definitely on Amazon Refund, yeah.
So bro, when you did that the first time, how did you feel? Did you feel guilty?
That was the first time when I actually made a little bit of money in it. And that was because the thing is with F, it's like you have to try for a very long time and you have to fail a lot of times to really get to a place where you can start making money. So when that first bit of money actually worked, I was gassed, I can't lie. That was the first time I actually had a nice little life starting from there.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much did you make the first time you did F?
So the Mac would have gone, it was retailed at 1.5. We got it sold for, the guy took it for 9. So £900 straight, just like that. I was gassed, yeah.
You were gassed.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you had to make money. Did you think that doing fraud was like a easy way to make money? Is that why you did it?
100%, because a lot of the guys that I knew at the time from my area especially, everyone was trapping. Everyone just shot in drugs, and it wasn't ever like a thing where people were making money worth it for what they're doing, essentially, because the amount of times that people getting bagged and getting stabbed up and you're not even seeing 2 bills a week, it's like, what's the point of that? That's not me. So it was therefore I had to do something with fraud up your because I knew that was the way forward. It's online money, innit?
You said you failed a lot of times. How many times did you fail until you actually got successful?
Bro, I lost easily, like, myself, I therefore lost like 1.5k just trying to learn and trying to develop the right contacts.
Really?
The amount of people that will just scam you. And I know guys watching have been scammed as well. The amount of times where people will try to say, yeah, I'm going to help you do this. I'm going to teach you this. Because it's a very trusting environment that we have. We have to find people that we trust to tell us the right things. So the amount of times people just took my bread and blocked me after, bro, it was peak. I can't, like, maybe when I was like, I'm just losing money. What's the point? But yeah, finally, perseverance.
So this is like a very tight-knitted, like a community where you need to have a lot of trust, and on the way, you learn. It's like a skill.
Literally. My community now is like anything I need, there is a person there that can sort me. I will never need to go back on Telegram and find someone else, or I'll never need to trust anyone, or I never need to find people, even in real life, to do something that I would need them to do. Like, everything's very much established now. But that's after like me trying to do this thing for 2 years.
But do you know how, like, on Snapchat, Telegram, all these social media like websites, you've got a lot of undercover feds and police officers and stuff. How did you know that who to trust and who not to? Because anybody easily could have tracked your IP address or something. Did you never have that fear at the back of your head that this could also be
No. When I was 15, it was something mad to say, but when I was 15, I used to research a lot about cybersecurity and stuff. So I knew how to stay safe online, and I'm undoxable.
What do you think within cybersecurity is the reason that a lot of spoofers and a lot of fraudsters are easily allowed to operate and be successful with their fraud?
Yeah, the thing is that in the F game, you need to have some sort of knowledge of cybersecurity. So for us, for me in particular, because I can't always speak on my behalf on it, but for me, when I was doing cybersecurity, it sounds fucked, innit? But I was always looking at like the bad shit, like how can I hack into this, or how can I break into this, how can I steal this? Because for me, I would just try to take the shortcut. Whatever pays me is what I'm gonna do, innit? So since then, I started doing shit. Like when I learned about cybersecurity, I started doing shit like DDoS attacks, and like basically that's
What did you say, sir?
DDoS attacks. So that's just like people will pay me to hold off like a website offline or a person's home Wi-Fi offline for a certain amount of time.
So you'd be holding off someone's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So you would be basically be able to disconnect people from their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and I was doing this during COVID, innit? So everyone's jobs were online and everyone's education was online. So it was causing serious damage. So I was getting paid quite a bit.
So people were paying you to do that for other people.
Yeah. I would never do it to random people for no reason. I've got no reason to do that.
And how much did these individuals, can you give me like a rough estimate? How much were they paying you for this?
So it depends. If it was a website, an established website, I would have to pay for a more higher attack, and I'd have to do a lot more work for that. So that would have been like, for a day, for 24 hours, that would have been easily like 150. But even them times as well, some websites you just couldn't take down. So we just take the money and block them off, because what they're going to do, report us for scamming. when they try to take a website offline, that's illegal. But for a smaller website, for a smaller person's Wi-Fi, just their home Wi-Fi, God, that was cheap because we had so many of them coming, and that was like £10 for like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you still possess that skill to kick someone's Wi-Fi off?
I actually don't know because I don't know how advanced systems have got and how packet defenders have got, because that's what it was, packets. I'll just send loads of packets to your internet, and then that would essentially lag you down and you wouldn't be able to do it.
So you'd be sending what? So could you just give us a little breakthrough? So
Yeah, packets. So to hold a website or hold a person's home Wi-Fi offline, you just send a lot of files to them, because IP addresses are like, imagine a home address. A home address, it's like an address that you give to the postman to deliver something to you. Same way that a laptop will deliver packets to you for your IP address. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like address to an address, but for the computer world.
So now from doing refunds to now kicking people off the internet, is spoofing the next thing that you did?
Nah, it would have been carding. That's when I started buying people's card details and slapping it in websites and just taking shit off that.
So this is like a hierarchy. So you start off with
pretty
refunds,
much, yeah.
then you start off with kicking people's Wi-Fi. It's like key stage 1, key stage 2.
Yeah, but this is my personal one, though, isn't it? Like, other people have the different. But this was
The
for
school
me.
of fraud. Yeah, yeah.
on.
So the school. So now you said what was the next step? Sorry, bro.
Then it would have been carding.
Can you please explain what that is?
Yeah, so carding is basically when I would just go on a specific website, for example. This is what I used to do. I used to go on a specific website, or I used to just shout someone, and I used to get a specific card, just buy a card off them. There are some people that would just sell you cards on Snap or on Telegram.
So now you're telling me, so there would be random people giving you other card details of other people for you to be using. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, literally.
And how would they access these cards?
So that gets done through something called spamming, which is when you send out a phishing link. So say, for example, I send you a link to your phone.
Okay.
Say that DPD, we've missed your delivery date. You need to pay £2 charge. That would be my website, for example. I will own that website. So when he puts his card details in to pay, it will say it's gone through, but really his card details have just been sent to where we stored the cards.
And you can do that. And you're telling me that you would make it look like DPD sent it.
Yeah.
But
it wouldn't be none of them scam emails that you man get like from Ghana saying he's a Nigerian prince. It's not like that. It's actually a serious thing.
So you said you're doing carding details and stuff. What do you think an individual can do in order to watch out for, let's just say someone like me, I'm just like, well, how would I know the difference between a legitimate email and a made up email by someone like you? How is there any ways to clock it?
I wouldn't say too much in it because it baits my thing, innit? I can't really have everyone being safe. But what I will say though,
yeah, give us a little bit of peace.
A little bit, just because I'm for the people at the end of the day. But just a little bit, I'd say just don't be dumb, innit? Like have a really read what you're reading. Like pay attention to it. Most of the time, most people will clock it, but it's because you man are in a rush. You'll just be like, oh shit, I've missed my parcel. Let me just sort this out for me. But just be a bit clever, man.
So let's just say you've got the card details of somebody. How does it still function? Because let's just say an individual sees money being taken out of someone's card. What if they just cancel the card and they just disable it? How can you still carry on?
So if I've just sent you a text to your phone saying you've missed your delivery for Royal Mail, you think, oh shit, I need to pan this quickly.
Yeah.
And you put your card details in, you're not going to be thinking that you just got fished.
And within that time,
you'll be thinking, okay, cool, I've sorted my delivery out, cool, whatever. Nothing's happened to your card yet. You're good. So you're going about your day. Then you see a charge come out of your card, minus 400. We've been paid. He's lost it. That's it. Now his card's dead because you'll freeze his card. And that's what's done.
That's actually happened to me, I swear. I got scammed for 1.3 grand for
crazy.
Monzo. They took 30 days to come back.
Someone did that.
Someone took that money away from me.
Yeah, fairs, man. Chop is chop.
What the fuck? So these cards that you use carding with, could these people also be dead? Are you using cards of dead people?
Yeah, it sounds fucked up, I can't lie, but they're the best cards. Because think about it. When I take money out of it, there's no one there to stop it. There's no one there to report it to the bank. RIP to the fallen on it. But yeah, I can't lie. That's like hitting a jackpot for us.
So you're basically using people who are dead and using their card, but then won't those individuals' families find out that they're dead and they would obviously cancel the card, no?
It takes a long time because think about it. If someone, God forbid, close to you dies, the first thing you're not going to be doing is checking the bank, unless obviously you're that type of person. But you're sorting funeral, you're mourning, no one's really going to be checking the bank balance.
Have you ever done that? Have you taken a dead person's card?
What do you mean?
Have you ever used a dead person's card before?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of times.
What's
use it today.
What's the most money you've taken out? Let's just say, what's the most money you've taken out from a dead person? And do you know they're dead when you take it out?
You can tell.
How can you tell?
'Cause
What's a sign that the card holder is dead?
So usually we get a date of birth, isn't it? When you're paying for the card details, we can see your date of birth as well.
Okay.
So if you're 76 and I've done 2 orders and you haven't done anything, or if I type your name and it says in like a funeral directory, or like you're on the news that you've died, I'll tell in it. But most of the time I can tell if I've done transactions and your card still works and you're old, probably died in it.
Do you ever feel regretful? Do you ever feel remorse?
Nah, man.
Really?
Because the bank will reimburse that shit. It's calm. Everyone asks me that question. Do you not feel bad? For all the people that you've taken money from, everyone asks me that.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where if you, man, do your research, the bank will reimburse it up to 85k from the FCFA. You'll get reimbursed. So
Is that how you deal with it? Just tell yourself
nah, I
that?
don't even really tell myself that, bro. I wouldn't care less. Even if it didn't get reimbursed, I'll still do it.
Really?
Yeah. I'll
What-
still do that, man. Someone will do it to you, someone will do it to me.
What about the morals? What about the sort of belief that if you do good will happen to you? What do you think of that?
Yeah, but we got more morals than trappers, and no one's got issue with trappers. Trappers are making a living of people's addictions. They're actually killing people. I'm not killing no one. I'm just taking money out. I'm just teaching you a lesson. Really and truly, all I do is I teach lessons, because once bitten, twice shy. If I scam someone one time, they're not really and truly going to get scammed for a second time. So it's a lesson I'm giving out. But trappers, they're living off addictions. So I say we got more morals than trappers.
So now let me give you a little scenario, yeah, bro. So let's just say there's a person you've literally carded, you've taken money out of their account. They're dumb, they've taken it. And God forbid their house is about to go, they're about to crash out, they're about to literally become bankrupt. Their families, they've got 2 kids. And let's just say you've done a good, like, what's the most you could take out of somebody's bank in one go? Is there like a certain limit or no? Could you take out $1 million?
Nah. You wouldn't be able to do $1 million. But we could spoof. If we spoofed
We'll get to spoofing in a bit, but I'm just talking about the carding.
Oh, just from carding? No. You can never.
What is the limit to how much an individual can take out of carding?
There's no pinpoint limit. It will depend. There will be some guy out there who's just done a higher limit than what the last guy did.
What's the highest limit you've done?
Me personally, I haven't done too much. I've only done 850.
850.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are people who've done 2-3 racks at a time. But those, you have to pay a lot for the cards, and I just don't fuck with that, because you have to test what sides they work on.
So you just said that you got a lot to pay for the cards. So when you said you've got a lot to pay for the cards, how much does a card roughly cost to buy, like a person's piece of information? How much would that roughly cost an individual?
So if I was to buy an average person's card, standard homeowner, works a normal job, nothing crazy. So like a standard bank, like for example, a Barclays, probably be around £4, £5.
£4, £5. And what type of individuals would I need to contact in order to get cards? How would you find them? What sort of networks do you go? Telegram again?
Yeah, or you can shout at me.
So now, spoofing, right? For those people that don't know what spoofing is, if you could just give us a different demonstration of what you would say on the call. Like, let's just say I'm on the call right now. Hello, hi. Could you give us, what would you say?
So imagine I'm calling Hazzy. Ring, ring.
Hello, hi, hello, who's this?
Good afternoon. Could I please confirm speaking to Mr. Hazzy?
Yeah, hello, hi.
Hi, Mr. Hazzy. Just before we continue, I'd like to tell you that all calls are monitored and recorded for training purposes only. Is that okay with you before we proceed?
Yeah, of course.
I'm freestyle. I don't even have a script in it, so I'll read off the script, but I'll do it in that voice.
Okay.
And then I'll read him his details. But let me not bait too much about how I do it in particular.
Yeah.
But then that's how I'll start it.
So you'd start off like that.
Yeah, but that's a spoof.
And what's the success rate like?
Oh, that depends. I can't, like, some days people will just not pick up their phone, because I call a lot of people that they just don't pick up. Fair enough, and I can't really do too much about that. But I say a good 40% of people clock that is a spoof call. It's not a real call.
When you said you call people, do you just type in random numbers?
What do you mean typing around?
You just said you called certain people.
Yeah.
Where did you get these numbers from?
No. So when we were talking about buying the cards earlier, so it will come with the card, it will come with the number, it will come with the email, name. I can see everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could see everything. You could see someone's card. When you've got someone's bank account, when you've got someone's card, you basically know everything about this person.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of people would say that's an invasion of privacy. How do you feel about that?
Not really, because I don't know who the person is. It's just like let's say Jennifer Lopez from Manchester. I'm not going to know who that is.
Where did the idea of spoofing come to you, mate? Where did you get this from?
So it was when, if you hit a certain type of card on a wrong type of website, it won't go through. Hit one-time passcode. So obviously, I need to grab a passcode off you. And it's a thing where you just think, how can I get this passcode? Because I'm not obviously going to see the person and grab their phone. There was a way for me to contact that person and get that information out of them. How can I do it? And that's the best way. And these times as well, AR sent me the script as well. So you just, all you do is you just read the script. And I sell scripts in it. So people will sell scripts, but don't buy no shitty scripts though.
You sell scripts?
Yeah.
So how much is a script that you sell?
My thing's cheap, bro. I can't lie, man's only £15, bro. £15 will get you spoofing.
£15?
Yes, bro. It's not hard. But that's me though. A lot of people will say £40 to give you nothing. But I won't make money off people buying off you.
But why would someone buy a script when you can just go on ChatGPT and type in, please give me a script?
Try to do that. Go on ChatGPT, type in, give me a script to scam someone into the money. ChatGPT will deny it, bro. AI can't do that.
And you know your victims normally, you'd call them victims, right? Your people that fall for
we say VIX.
VIX.
Yeah, we say VIX.
VIX, not the one that you put in your nose, guys. Yeah. So is there like a certain type of people that you target, would you say?
Yeah, we love old white people. They seem to be the easiest, I'll be real.
Old white people?
Yeah.
Explain, please, why?
The old white, I don't know, they just love us, bro, I'll be real. I'll ring them, I get a nice hello, good morning, everything. They don't really know about these things, innit? Because they don't really fuck with tech. So when it gets to me ringing, they're not really thinking, oh, could this be someone else? They're just believing it straight.
Is it old middle class people normally?
Nah, we like the upper class, but most of the cards we got upper class. Because also you got to think about pension funds. We just dip right into their pension. They got money for days.
So white people, old white people are normally a good target for spoofers. So, wow. So have you ever had a granny just on the phone to you? Just be like, oh, hello, my name's Susan. What are you talking about, sir?
One time I got cussed out by one. She started swearing at me differently. I was thinking, how the fuck does she know, bro? But some of them, they've got grandchildren that will explain to them, innit? But yeah, she cussed my whole family, my whole bloodline.
But what if someone did that to your grandma? How would you feel?
Nah, no one's doing it to my grandma, Carla. She knows I've educated her.
But how would you feel if someone did that? Let's just say.
Bro, I can't lie. Obviously, because of what I do, I can't feel a mad type of way about it. But it's like, it's a lesson learned at the end of the day. It is a lesson learned. So
do you have that mentality to tell yourself that if you fall for it, then you're dumb? Might as well, fuck it.
100%. It's a dog-eat-dog world, bro. Chop or get chopped, innit?
Chop or get chopped.
Literally.
Now, talking about chop or get chopped, I want to know this whole idea of fraud, this whole idea of spoofing. Can anybody ever make income from this? Legitimized? Can someone make the black money into white? Can you actually build a career off this?
Bro, all the guys at Hat and Garden, yeah. A lot of men don't know this, but you see Hat and Garden, all these men, they've just come up from the same F thing, bro. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, especially the young guys, they came up with this shit and they put it into jewelry and they flip it and that's how they turn it clean.
So from black to white.
Yeah, but that's difficult though. I wouldn't really fuck with that, bro, because that's very technical and how to do it and set up the businesses. That's not really me yet.
So is that what you are trying to do in the future?
Nah, I'm not really a planner, bro. I just see how life goes. Right now, I'm very blessed in terms of money, financial. I'm not really stressing. So, hopefully the plan is to actually go to uni. I'm actually gonna go to uni. But yeah.
But then you say you're saying you're financially quite secure and stuff. Do your bank not ever see money coming in? Do they never ask where it comes from, and do they never question it?
No, so because the way I have it set up, it goes into many different bank accounts that are in my name. So when you evenly distribute it, and it's under a certain limit, you won't get questioned about it. And you mix it with people who have actual income as well in it, so you can put a higher amount, and they won't get identified.
So what are the risks involved whilst doing fraud? Like, can you please tell me some personal experiences? Have you ever had any life-threatening risks due to this?
Nah, I wouldn't say life-threatening, but nothing really beats the adrenaline you get after you do your first spoof. And after when I got the code and it worked, that adrenaline, it was crazy. But life-threatening, nah, I'm a very private guy. I don't really.
What do you gain out of spoofing?
First of all, of course, it's the financials, isn't it? Obviously, it's kind of rewarding as well, actually. Knowing that I've actually been able to finesse someone like that. It's quite fun, I'll be real. And the adrenaline as well. Nothing beats the adrenaline of my first spoof call. After my first spoof call, I was gassed. I phoned Broski. I was like, yo, I mashed it, bro. I was gassed. I was fucking spoofing in my school. How
old were you?
I was 17 when I started. I was spoofing in school, 3 periods in year 12. Everyone's doing work. I was in the back spoofing, bro. I remember it was fucked. I was really like, I was hooked on it.
It's an addiction, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love the game and I love the hustle, bro. Feel me? I love it.
You just said adrenaline rush the first time you spoofed. How much did you get?
The first spoof, I can't even remember, you know. It wasn't too much though. The first spoof was like a couple bags.
Couple of bags.
Yeah.
So you made what a normal person, an average person, would make in a month, in a day.
Yeah, something like that, I'll be real. But even to us, that's not a mad amount.
So can spoofing be elevated to a certain limit way more than carding and refund and clicking?
100%. Thing is, all three can be taken to an extreme, and there's guys guys recently got arrested for it as well. They were doing Amazon refunds, but it's like a group of like 40 people, but they were doing it to the same like rough locations, and they got clocked. But these guys were pushing out like 300, 400k worth. Like, it was crazy.
And what's your biggest spoof that you've done so far until today?
The biggest spoof I've done so far, it wasn't just me though. We had like a good team of people working on
the
it.
pack.
Yeah, I can't lie. We had a good team of
The
people.
pack of
working.
spoofs.
It was like, I think it was like 21k, something like that. But
21.
obviously split that across 4 guys, innit? But
Wow.
yeah, 21K.
So that's like $5,000 each. Something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Wow. Do you remember the first thing you purchased, the first time you ever did fraud?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, the first thing, I used to get bullied mad when I was younger, bro. All these guys that I used to go to school with, I used to get mocked for wearing shit clothes, bro. You know, my mum, God bless my mum though, but yeah, I call it the clothes. It was cheap clothes, innit? I used to get violated, bro. Primary days, everyone used to take the piss out. I used to hate mufti days. Every time, you know, in school in UK, used to get mufti days, innit?
Yeah, you wear
Mum
uniform.
would tell me, oh yeah, there's a non-uniform day on Thursday. I'd be like, fuck, bro, I'm not trying to go, fam. I'm just gonna get violated again. So I think the first thing I bought, it was a tracksuit. I can't remember which one, but it was like a really nice tracksuit, like a branded one, and I was gassed about it. I can't lie.
Really?
But yeah, it was shit like that just drove me that made me feel even better about it. Because I used to get, especially my secondary school that I went to, bro, the people there, it's like you're from a different class, bro. Like, it's very different. And yeah, it's like, had to like compete with all that.
So is that what you think motivated you to get into all of this?
100%, bro. Because especially the amount of people that used to try violate. Oh my days. No one would try that now, bro. Never. But that just grinded me, bro. Because at the end of the day, I was just a young boy who wanted to win, bro. Because I'm going to school and I'm seeing people wearing designer, wearing nice clothes. And obviously my mom, she didn't have the means to be buying me all that, bro. She wasn't on it. And I don't really chat to my dad anyway. So it's like, cool, I'm not going to ask her and beg like all these other people do. They just get given to them. So when I bought it with my own money, it's a different feeling, bro. Because you didn't work for that. You didn't get that tracksuit. I got that. So it's different.
So now you just said that's what kind of motivated you to get into all of this. Did you ever feel like I could go a legitimate way, maybe have a job, and then maybe try earn it from that way? Because a lot of people would say that you might be gaining this, but what about the peace? What about the sort of the risk factor? The people, there's always someone behind you. You're always thinking about someone over your shoulder. What about that?
Nah, I sleep like a baby at night, I'll be real. I don't lose no sleep whatsoever, but it's a thing because of the way I've set it up. There's a lot of guys who have done fuck shit, or like they've taken a mad shortcut in terms of the privacy, and now that's it now. They're fucked for life, bro. But I've never really done that. I've always had something there. So you know, I sleep like a baby, man.
You sleep like a baby?
Like a baby.
Do you ever overthink that what if I get caught one day?
I've been arrested before, but not for fraud. We'll get into that later though. But nah, not even, because of the way I've set it up. But I say that, but I got the call today earlier that one of my very close people's, his cousin got bagged for fraud today. But he did something mad stupid though. I can't even talk on that, but he did something crazy, bro. It's like, you just shouldn't have done that.
What can a fraudster or a potential fraudster, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are younger than you as well, and you can't stop that want to do fraud. What can a fraudster do in order to prevent themselves from being caught?
Yeah, don't tell too many people about it. Don't tell too many people about it. When I started getting involved, I used to post it on my story and shit, bro. I wasn't even stupid, but I was so excited about it. I couldn't contain myself because it was like so many people have tried it and I'm the only one who's managed to do it. But yeah, don't post about it on your story and tell very few people. But the thing is with me, a lot of people could tell when I started dressing nice all of a sudden, when I started going everywhere in chauffeurs, when I started eating nice at restaurants, I could take care of my people and everything, and people started clocking in it.
You have a lot of jealousy as well. People have been jealous.
People always hate if you make money, bro. People always hate, especially for me, because of people knew what I was doing. people just random, like people just dislike you, bro. But I kind of hear it though. But it's a thing where it's like you don't know my story, you don't know my situation, you don't know why I did that. You feel me? So it's like really and truly, you just come from a different place than I do.
So now, bro, I want to know about something. So I see you got designer everywhere. You say you like clicking and all of this. Tell me this, shirt. You said clothes. Is wearing designer really necessary for you?
Do you know, it is a lot of people, they don't fuck with it and they think it looks tacky or whatever. But for me, because of the way I used to get violated for wearing shit clothes, for me, this is the thing, bro. Like, especially with me, when I see people wearing designer, do you know what? It's actually a lot of the times you can tell when it's fake though. But when you know a man's wearing real designer, I straight away, like, I know he makes his bread, he does his thing. Do you get it? Like, it just, for me, I just know. But I wouldn't necessarily know that about a man who wears obviously just straight Primark or like ASOS. You feel me? I wouldn't think like that straight away.
So would you say you feel like a person's clothes determine their status?
Nah, not status in it, but just because of me, especially when I used to get violated for wearing shit clothes. That's like one of the main reasons I wanted to make fucking money, bro. I was like, nah, I can't just be living like this for getting mocked. How are these men all wearing nice clothes and that? Not a status thing though. You can still know a designer and be lit, man. But obviously for me, it's like I fuck with my designer and I like the way it looks.
So you would say it's like a PTSD kind of vibe going on.
PTSD is a mad word for it, but yeah, I kind of hear it though, just a little bit, innit?
So when we look at fraud, are there certain websites that money's more easy to take out than other websites? Can you give me some?
Yeah. Apple's getting slapped on a daily. Apple always gets slapped. Amazon as well. They tried to patch things up in it, but you can still get past Amazon. And a lot of these designer websites as well. Some of them are they're instant ships, so they don't really check the status of the orders. They'll just fly right through. But I won't say too many websites in it because obviously you might just kill the websites off.
But now let's just say something like you said, Amazon. Why is Amazon repeatedly a victim of fraud? Why do you think that is?
Thing is, Amazon's so mainstream is that fraud won't really take up too much of their profits because of how big they are. They don't really feel it. But
Is that what it is? Is it because Jeff Bezos is so rich?
yeah, because Jeff don't give a fuck if I bang an iPad, bro. I'll be real, he don't care. But they still obviously try to implement 1-2 things here, but that will always get smacked as well because of how mainstream it is. And everything's on it as well. Everything that I could ever ask for is on Amazon, bro. So yeah, Amazon always gets smacked.
And any other companies?
Harrods used to get sliced up, but they patched up very quickly though. But it was like a big chop.
So when you say patch up,
Yeah,
what does a company need to do in order to prevent themselves from being hacked?
they'll change their payment processor most of the time. So the certain card that we was able to exploit on that website, it would just stop working because they would have changed their system around.
What do you think the most hardest website is to hack? Is it so? Let's just say something like Selfridges. Is that easy?
Nah, Selfridges has been done. Selfridges used to get refunded as well all the time. You didn't even need to do anything with Selfridges. You could just call them and just say your item never arrived. And I can say that because you might try that now. That's not going to work.
What about Tesco's?
Nah, Tesco's has had a little something with gift cards in it, but again, they patched out very quickly. Thing is, with clicking on websites, you just have to hop on what's popping right now in it, or like something that you'll discover. So people test what different cards work on different websites, and then but there's no real like one that everyone goes to.
So do you know, like, when you're saying that you do spoofing, you do fraud, of course, it's not like a regular job. So actively, every day, do you actively have to do something, or can there be a way where you do it once and passively the income comes?
Nah, so with fraud, I call out, you will always be on your phone. You'll be on your phone. Either I'll be speaking if I'm spoofing, or I'll be testing different cards and what's working on what websites. For passive, though, of course, if you have a team of spoofers working for you, and say you're the middle, so you're the middleman who brings between the guys who will spoof the cards, and you're bringing the cards, for example. Maybe those guys will get paid passively in it, but other than that, nah, we have to put in a little bit of work. But then again, I'm sat in my bedroom, so I don't really care.
Does a fraudster always have multiple phones? Do you have multiple phones?
Yeah, the most I had at one time was 5.
5 phones.
But that was a bit overkill. I can't lie. I only needed like 3. But yeah.
So when putting a SIM card, do you buy SIM cards under a contract or pay as you go? And how does that work?
Nah, so with Sims, you can go to the shop and get a £10 top up, whatever. But for my main, I don't do that. I change contracts every month, just to maintain being anonymous and all of that, because I don't want like nothing. but I'll change locations of where I keep phones as well, because like sometimes they can still track you based on where you go and what your most commonly visited places are on your phone, innit? So sometimes I'll leave my phones at different places just to minimize that effect.
Like when you mean different places, like do you know people, or even yourself, are there certain places?
Yeah, there's loads of people. Yeah, people in my network though, if I tell them to hold something for me, they'll just hold it in their house, or they'll just hold it for however long I need them to hold it for. But then it's people like that you need to really establish if you want to get far in this.
But when you recruit somebody to be a part of your team, or when you're joining with somebody, what qualities do you look for somebody in order to know if they're eligible for the job?
Just loyalty, to be honest. Loyalty, man. Because a lot of people will see 10 bags enter their account and they'll just run and they'll say, yeah, that's it. I made my bread and that's it. But yeah, that's it. I can't like my team as well. Like I know all these men on a personal level, bro. A few of them are from they're local as well, innit? I've grown up with them and everything. But yeah, man, loyalty. If you're just loyal and you know what you're doing, you can join the team.
So do you know when like people say, please, if anyone's got a house or address available, please message us. What's that for?
Yeah, so I've posted that a few times in my story as well.
So why do you need different people's addresses?
That's when, or if someone in my team can't do it, for example, like they're busy or they're not at home or for whatever reason or something like that, or if it's like something that I just don't want him to be involved in that specific thing, I'll just ask someone. I'll give him maybe like £20 or £50 depending on what it is, something little, and then yeah, I'll tell them receive the parcel, call me when it's there, I'll come grab it. That's it, job done.
And why do you use their address? So in case anything happens, the blame goes to them.
Yeah, pretty much. I just don't want that trace back to me.
So are they a scapegoat?
Pretty much. But a lot of the times when it does happen, they can just say someone asked me to do this, and most of the time they'll just close the case. They won't really do too much.
But what if someone snitches in your circle and says, this is the person that said, do you ever get scared of that?
Nah, my circle are not snitches, bro. No one snitching in my circle. Nah. That's not even an option.
So what happens to someone who snitches?
Nah, it's not even a mad. I'm not a trapper, bro. See these guys, they're dickheads, bro. They're talking about stabbing and slicing man's neck. We don't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But we just have a very good circle, and everyone trusts each other, and it's like a little family, you know. We know that's not gonna happen. That's not an option.
And how long does it take, would you say, for someone to learn everything in fraud?
It took me a good couple of years, you know. But it's like I was making money, but by little things, learning new things every day. I make it sound like it's like an A level or something, but it's honestly something that you had to actually put time in and effort and try to really grab knowledge from different places and put it all together. Then you excel.
Are you still learning?
Of course, I'm still learning as well. I learned something last night, but I can't wait to use that shit.
Really?
Yeah. You're always learning new stuff, man. New stuff will always come out. People will always find new things, innit? Just got to jump on it and use it quickly.
So when you're saying jump on it and use it quickly, what do you think now doesn't work anymore, and that's not as easy to do anymore? That used to be easy in fraud terms.
We used to be able to SIM swap people.
Can you please tell me what that is?
Yeah. So SIM swapping is basically when
what's it called? Sorry, what's it called?
SIM swapping.
SIM swapping.
Yeah.
SIM swapping. What's SIM swapping?
So imagine I was to call your network provider. So say you're with O2, for example.
Yeah, I am as well. Yeah.
So that's like me calling O2 and posing as Hazi. So I would act as Hazi, and I would have his information in front of me, and I would pose as him.
How would you get the information?
Someone would buy it. Same with cards. Someone would just buy it.
But they ask you like a mystery question or a mystery security.
They'll ask you security questions. But back in the day, they never used to do that. It was very easy to fool these guys. And then you order a SIM. You just say you lost your SIM and you ordered a replacement to my yard or a drops yard or whatever. I'll pop that SIM in, and there you go. So I can access your bank logins. I can access everything because of your phone OTP. So when the message comes to your phone, it comes to me because I have your SIM. Makes sense? So yeah, that used to be a thing that all the guys were doing back in the day. I never really got to do that in it because that was a bit high level for me. I wasn't really trying to get involved in that. But yeah, that's something definitely that got patched up straight away.
How long have you been doing fraud for now?
Total 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
And what do you think's rised a lot within the fraud industry that's quite popular right now? Is it spoofing?
Yeah, I say spoofing. Everyone's trying to be a spoofer nowadays, bro. You need to leave it to the guys who actually know how to do it. A lot of these guys, you're just hotting us up. The guys just make it very, very bait, innit? The way they're doing it. But
I watched a series on Netflix. It's called Jamtara, and what they did was they used girls to spoof.
Yeah.
What role does a female have within the spoofing industry?
we had a few girls in our network as well. Yeah, we had a few girls. Same girls, they love spoofing. They loved it because for them, they were getting a lot of money. And girls, I clocked girls love faster money more than guys do. I can't lie.
Is that you think so?
Yeah, 100%. Like I wouldn't even expect it because really and truly, I'm very traditional in the fact that I think men should be making the money. But nah, these girls when they see money like that, they're gassed. So they actually love working.
So when you cherry pick a woman to spoof, how do you know you can trust her? Because a lot of people that do this type of work, sometimes they're quite doubtful. Sometimes they can be quite paranoid. How do you know that it's the right sort of girl? What does a girl need to have? Does it need to be a girl with a sweet voice, or what is it?
Yeah, you need to be sounding like a white old lady. That's the vibe we tell them to try to replicate. Because when
it always goes back to white.
I love it, bro.
White is always right for fraud, yeah?
Trust me, I don't know why everyone trusts white people. So if you sound like you're white, then yeah, you just get, you know what I'm saying, you get access. But yeah, these girls, I call it, the way I would clock it is this, just the way their personality is. I'm very good at reading people.
What about Indian people? What about if you try to dissy people?
Nah, I call it the Indians. Yeah,
what about the Nigerian, Jamaicans? You think
if you have strong accents, you gotta sit this one out. I'll be real.
Nah,
yeah,
no dissy spoofers.
Fortunately not. Maybe in India, the call centers, maybe, but nah, not in the UK. I'll be real. It don't really work.
So the call centers we get. So when we have like, my name is Rajesh calling from Washington DC.
Yeah,
is that a spoofer?
That's a spoofer, but obviously
a shit one.
A man, shit. He's in India, but those guys still make bank though. There's a lot of people that fall for it. Obviously, we laugh about it and shit, but there's a lot of guys that make bank off
So
that.
Do you spoof every day now as a part of your daily routine?
Nah, not every day, man. I don't need to. Only here and there if I feel like it.
How many times would you say in a month? You would do it at least once.
Oh yeah, at least once. I'm 100%. It just depends.
How many times were you doing it at the start, and how many times are you doing it now? Can you tell me?
At the start, when I was trying to perfect my craft, it would definitely be, at least 4 or 5 a day. Because a lot of these times I was fucking up anyway.
4
or 5 a day.
4 or 5 a day?
Yeah, calls. We would be going at it. But obviously now, if it hits, I'm chilling. I don't really need to be doing, because I know that greed is what gets people caught in this game. So it's a thing where I could be doing it all the time and I could just make racks upon racks upon racks. But it's a thing where you need to know your limits in it. And there's certain things that'll just get you bagged. So when I hit, I just chill out for a little bit. I live a very nice life anyway.
When you hit, you chill out for a bit.
Yeah, literally.
So when you say, so out of one spoof, is there like a minimum that we can make? Is there one minimum that somebody can make from one spoof?
Yeah, minimum, bro. I know a guy who's cleared like £2.50 out of an account. He was so pissed. He just wanted to make his money back on how much he spent on the card, didn't it? He was like, yeah, fuck it. How much do you have on the card? And the woman
spent £2.50.
Yeah, bro. I was thinking, why'd you do that for? You ruined the drop for no reason.
And what's like an average? And let's just say for you, for example, how much could you make out of a spoof?
It depends. If I'm spoofing for an item, whatever the item costs in it. So I spoof my shoes in it. That's how I got my LVs.
So your LVs.
Yeah.
So can you give me an example? What do you mean you spoof for it?
Yeah. So I really wanted these shoes on it. So obviously, these were 1.1 from LV. We did.
If you just lift your leg up,
Yeah, we did click and collect for these ones, innit?
Okay.
But yeah.
And how was the process? Could you explain to us what happened?
Yeah. So similar to spoofing, I'll grab a card. I'll spoof the card. But I had LV's page open. And I was ready to buy these shoes. I put it into our details, and when I asked for the code to verify the payment, grabbed the code off her, clicked and collect, grabbed these next day, vanished.
Grab the code
from the victim, innit?
Okay.
Slapped that into LV, payment authorized, grabbed the shoes, and I'm gone.
So what did the victim think that she was using? Did she think that you're from LV?
No, she thought I was from her bank. But yeah, man.
Hey, she thought you were from her bank.
Yeah. It was Dorothy. I remember her name.
Dorothy.
Dorothy, man. Shout out to Dorothy. She paid for my shoes.
Wow.
Come on, man.
So she paid for your shoes.
Yeah, man. Tell her love.
Do you think sometimes victims can have a mental sort of... Now, I want to know this, bro, and answer this. Do you feel like now, let's just say somebody who's been getting spoofed or getting victim of fraud, like you lot say, VIX, do you think it'd have a mental implication on somebody?
Yeah, 100%, man. And there's an audio clip as well that I think it will play of the girl crying. I hear it over the phone. I was trying not to laugh though, it was fucked. But it's a thing where I believe it's natural selection, man. I can't lie. If you're crying over 2K, be smart about that 2K.
Lucy the sheep, selective breeding. Fuck me.
Literally, man. Defend it with your life. Then how you falling for that? That's on you.
So you had a girl crying.
Yeah.
How much did you take?
That was, you know what it is? That one was a small one as well. That was only, I think it was like 400, 450, something like that. It was a tiny amount.
But let me look it up. Now, let's just say a girl or guy, whatever. They're 19 years old. They're doing a shift at Nando's 3 days a week, 12 hours, working really, really hard. and they're doing proper. Okay, let's just say 5 days a week. So they're working 3 to 5 days a week. They're working really, really hard, washing plates, washing the tables, everything, serving. They're making £500 a month. Let's just say roughly part-time job. Yeah,
Yeah,
or let's
go on.
just say 500 to 1,500 on a part-time job. And let's just someone like you comes along and he spoofs and he takes £1,000 or let's just say £500 off them. That's a third of what you've made. You've basically been washing plates for
nothing.
Yeah,
So I can buy some new shoes.
yeah. For
Literally.
you, could deep down, consciously, would you say you'd call yourself a good human being or a bad human being?
I'm a firm believer in the fact that because these men get refunded, it's really not that serious. I'll be real. Because especially if you're falling for it, again, I'm teaching lessons because now that she's lost however many hours she used to work for that money, now she's really gonna think twice in the future. So in all honesty, she should be calling up and saying thank you for giving me that lesson, rather than cussing me out about it, bro. That was on you. How are you falling for that in this age, bro? That's why I don't feel bad about it. Teaching lessons.
You're teaching lessons.
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. Wow. And now talking about, you said that you bought your mum something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do your parents know what you do?
Yeah, my mom's got an idea in it, but
Your mum knows. And what does she feel about it?
Nah. Obviously, she don't fuck with that at all. But yeah, I told her I stopped in it. So yeah,
You told her you stopped.
yeah.
So when people question you about what you do, what do you tell them? Because you're not gonna go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I'm a fraudster." Or
Yeah, no, literally most of the time I'll just say I'm a trader, or I'll just say all my shit's fake.
But then doesn't that kind of destroy the whole point of why you will wear them in the first place? So you don't get
Nah,
violated.
because if it's new people that I don't know, I don't really care, I'll be real. Or if I'm just really not trying to have that conversation, because a lot of the times if I say that, it's the whole conversation. I'm not trying to have it.
So would you say deep down people's opinions affect you? People that you do know, people's opinions affect you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Certain people. Though.
Why though? Because like me right now, I'm wearing a normal top. Like this chain is just a normal £200 chain. It's not VVS or nothing. I don't care what anyone says. Why would you care?
For me, I can't lie. Maybe it goes back to when I was growing up in it, but it's like when you have people violating your thing and you didn't want to go mufti day, and it sounds mad stupid. Even days on like they did like a bakery sale and I had no money and guys are coming in with £20 notes. It's like that shit stays with me. I can't lie. I don't know why, but yeah, that shit stays with me, man. So
do you think money represents power?
100% in this world, 100%.
So
without money, you have no power.
So what do you say to all those people that say money can't buy happiness?
I disagree. Money can therefore help you have happiness. It couldn't buy outright happiness though, but it definitely helps you attain happiness, I'd say. Because it did for me. Because I was never this happy when I was broke, bro. I was never smiling or laughing like that when I was broke. But when you make money, you're doing it's freedom, isn't it? I can do what I want with money. If I want to go somewhere this time, I can do it. When I buy this, I can do it.
Have you gone on any holidays? Have you gone on any holidays?
Nah, I wasn't able to leave the country. I can't, like, for a good amount of time, so I wasn't really able to fly out.
Why is that?
Oh no, I was when I got arrested, I was placed on bail, and one of the bail conditions was I wasn't allowed to leave the country. And
Are you allowed to leave the country now?
yeah, if I have to ask for permission though.
You have to ask for permission.
Yeah, I have to get that cleared through. But that's nothing to do with fraud. That's a completely different incident.
And how did you get arrested? How did they catch you?
I actually got arrested at Heathrow Airport. It was crazy.
You got arrested at Heathrow Airport?
Yeah.
Wait, where were you going?
I can't say the country.
I can't say the country.
Yeah,
But you were leaving the country?
No. So I was coming back from the said country.
Okay, you were coming back from a said country. And they arrested you on Heathrow Airport?
Yeah, so I was on the plane, and I'm very nice to staff members. I'm always nice. You know the people who who serve you food, the waitresses. I'm very nice.
Air hostess, yeah.
I'm very
The
nice.
sexy ones, yeah.
Chill. No, but I'm very nice to people who work in retail because I work retail jobs and I fucking hated it. But I was very nice to this one air hostess, and she said to me and my mum, she said, yeah, you guys can leave the airplane first. So I'm gassed. I'm thinking, cool, no queues, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Grab bags and cut. Bro, I leave the plane. I see 4 Jakes just waiting there with cuffs. I'm thinking, fuck, have I packed something wrong? Or like, has my mom packed something wrong?
And were you doing fraud at this time?
Yeah, but it was never in my mind because everyone I'm surrounded with, we've never had no issues with F. Only recently, like yesterday, we've had issues. But like these times we were clear. So I'm thinking it's nothing to do with F, and it wasn't to do with F, to be honest, as well. But then I got grabbed.
Would you tell us what it was for?
Yeah, I can. Some of the allegations was GBH, armed robbery and kidnapping, And it's very, very stupid as well. Like, it makes it sound crazy. Like a straight movie scene. It really wasn't, bro. Like, it was nothing.
Sounds like a Bollywood movie.
Nah, I promise you, it's nothing crazy, bro. But it's just I was around the wrong set of people at the wrong time, and I was licked off my head. I was drunk as well, so I wasn't thinking. And then I got grabbed for it, and I'm still under investigation about it as well.
So you got arrested at the station, at the airport. Sorry, you got arrested at the airport.
Had to walk me through Terminal 5 in front of everyone. Most embarrassing thing, bro. Can you imagine that, bro? Imagine I was walking through the whole terminal.
Where was your mum at this point?
Bro, my mum was at baggage claim, innit? I told her, just wait, I'll be back home soon. Just wait on me. It's nothing crazy. I had to tell her, I was like, it's nothing crazy. I was just involved in the wrong thing. Was one of my friends involved. I'll be home soon. Bro, I was shaking. I was like, you know what it is? I wasn't even scared of the police. I was just scared of my mum, bro. My mum would have fucked me up when I got home. You feel me? It was different.
What happened how long after did you get home?
No, so I was in cells they're allowed to keep you for 24 hours in it, but most of the time they will never keep you for 24 hours. They kept me for the full 24, bro. So I'm stressing. I'm thinking, like, I should have been home. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I had my interview. I gave a no comment interview about the said allegations because I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing wrong. But yeah, man, I was stressed though. And then they released me after 24 hours on bail. And then that's since then just been fighting that case.
You've been finding that case?
Yeah, literally. But I have a good solicitor and, he's handling it. So should be all right very soon, man. But yeah, just watch your circle, man. Who you're with at the wrong time.
So do you think this spoofing, this fraud that you're doing, do you think you're ever going to stop?
100%. I'm done, I think 100% after I finish university, I'll be real. Yeah, I don't really want to be doing anything like this after university. I want to be legit. Can't live a life of crime for very long. It don't work.
Those who say, and I personally believe this as well, crime life might pay, but it also takes your peace. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It does take a little bit of peace because there's certain things I can't do that I wish I could do.
Like?
I wish I could post my face. I can't post my face. I can't post my face nowhere. There's certain things like I can't go certain areas at certain times because people know. Or shit we used to do from before even frauds or trying to make money. We can't be. It's just a lot of things like that.
Do you ever get scared of your life? Because let's just say you fucked with the wrong person's parents, the wrong person's grandma, and they know who you are. Because at the end of the day, do you ever get scared? Because that's what I would be thinking.
I try to keep anonymous in it. So it's really just about your OPSEC, which is just how secure you are and who knows you and who knows what you do and all of that.
Have there been incidents within your circle where things from fraud have turned into violence?
Yeah. A couple of times, but it's been dealt with very quickly. It got taken care of. Thank God. But yeah, sometimes, yeah. But you live and you learn, innit? We know what happened. We know what fucked up in those times. So now we know not to do that again.
And what do you say to all those younger people or younger guys or girls, like you said, that are aspiring to be fraudsters?
Nah, don't join this thing, man. It's overcrowded. There's too many people trying to do it, man.
You don't want competition, innit?
That's what I'm saying, man.
You know, you said that you don't talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Do you think that played a part?
Yeah, guys without fathers are misguided, 100%.
You think so?
100%, because I know I was, and I'll admit it, but it's a thing where at that point I had no real authority or guidance. So I was chilling with the wrong people. I was seeing money. I was thinking, I'm not getting nothing from my parents. I can't live this nice life. Bro, people used to go Pizza Hut after school. I couldn't afford to do that, bro. I used to ask my mum for a £5 note. And she couldn't. So it's a thing where I was like, yeah, cool. I have to do something about this, bro. Like, I have to make some type of money. I can't be living like this all the time.
And you said you worked in retail.
Yeah.
Was that before fraud?
Nah, that's during.
During? Why would you do retail while you're doing fraud? Is that a cover?
Nah, not a cover. My mum, just bless her heart in there. Obviously, she wanted me to do something legitimate. And I literally just did it for my mum, isn't it?
How long did you do retail for?
So I've had 3 jobs and they all lasted a month. I got fired after literally 3-4 weeks, bro. And you know what it is? I actually tried as well. I can't lie. For a couple of them, I actually tried, I'll be real, just to make my mum happy, innit? But yeah, I used to work at Thorpe Park, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, I used to be the guy strapping you in the rides. But I hated that job. It was very bait, bro. I was always paranoid. I hated it. But yeah, I used to be the guy strapping you in the rides.
Could you ever click tickets?
Yeah, I sold. Nah, we didn't click them. We got given 20 because we used to work there, innit? So those got sold straight away. And then there was a chop for Thorpe Park tickets, and a lot of guys knew about this one as well. Yeah, we used to we were like 15 tickets at a time.
Can people still chop Thorpe Park?
Oh yeah, 100%. Guys probably do it every summer. They do it. I always see discounted tickets on someone's story. Someone's saying it.
Really?
Yeah. Thorpe Park's easy to hit, man.
So what's the most expensive thing you've purchased through your fraud?
I can't lie. I don't really make high-end purchases. I'll say my clothes. Because the thing is, I spend money on dumb shit now. Nice clothes, nice food, nice travel, and shit like that. The rest of our color, I just
You
slap
came
it
here
straight
in a
away.
what? A chauffeur?
Yeah, I pulled up here in the show first.
What's that about? Why do you, as a fraudster, come in a chauffeur? Does it give you like a sense of, whoa, I got a chauffeur?
Nah, it's not even that, you know. Do you know what it is? I used to hate taking a fucking bus, bro. My school was very far from where I used to live in it. So I used to walk half an hour to the station, jump on a train for an hour, get another bus. It was long, bro. I had to do it all the time. So, and also, I call it, it's a peace of mind. I don't like walking in public places, especially when I'm high or like even normal public places where there's so many people. Because then in the back of my mind, it's triggering. What if someone knows me? What if someone recognizes me? What if someone, do you know what I'm saying? But when I'm in the back of a chauffeur, bro, these men are serious drivers as well, bro. Like they're ready for any situation. If someone like clocks from the window, like these men they know what they're doing. And
Are you
it's very
paranoid?
comfortable. Yeah, I get paranoid, 100%, especially when I'm high.
In the 2.5 years of doing fraud, how much total money would you say you've made by fraud?
If I calculate everything, all my expenses, food, travel, all the shit, like, shit I smoke on, I'd say just under. I know I say under 6 figures, about under six figures. Yeah,
Under 6 figures.
yeah, under 6 figures.
Wow.
Something along
And that's
the lines of
within
that.
a year and a half, a year?
Yeah. We'll say like around 9 months of actual getting paid after learning it all. Then yeah.
So how much do you think on average a fraudster can be making in a month on average?
It depends. It's very inconsistent. That like if you were to ask me now how much you're gonna make next month, if I had a 9 to 5, I'll tell you exactly how much. But with fraud, it's more of a thing like you have to get. It's not consistent. You have to get lucky with who you're speaking to or how gullible people are being that day, or if certain things are just working in your favor. So yeah, like you can't even really tell.
Is it inconsistent?
Yeah, hella inconsistent.
What's the most you've made in a month from fraud?
My best month would have been maybe like 17, 18K.
17, 18K.
Yeah.
And is that by spoofing?
It's a mixture of things. It wasn't just spoofing. Spoofing was maybe like 40% of it.
Spoofing's 40% of it,
Yeah,
and then you got
yeah.
clicks, refunds.
Yeah. And also just straight scamming people as well, like face to face.
Wow.
Yeah.
17. Wow, in a month.
Yeah, something like that.
You're really trying to. I feel like from your sense, you live in the moment.
100%, man. I'm a strong believer in that as well. Especially when people around you pass away, you just be like, that's the way I always view life. I'll be real. So you really never know when your time is, innit? Like when you're in certain situations as well, and you just really see how life can change. Just live life to the fullest when you're there, man. If you want to do it, do it.
So, what cybersecurity laws have allowed fraud now to be harder? Is there anything that in the recent years that you've seen that
Yeah,
made
100%. Obviously, before a lot of the banks, they wouldn't send out text messages saying, "Do not read this code. We are not calling you." If someone's saying calling, hang up. Those types of messages are quite common now, I'll be real. And obviously, we still have ways around that, which I'm not going to disclose. But
Can you give us like a rough? I know you want to, but like a rough. What's like a certain way to tackle a bank now? Is there certain banks that are easier than other banks?
oh, 100%.
So can you give me like a comparison, please? What banks are easier to do fraud on than others?
I'll say a bank that's very difficult to do on, because if I say easy, people are going to just target it, and that's mad.
What's a bank that's really difficult?
Something that's very difficult, but it's useless to do as well. It's like something like a Monzo or a Revolut,
Why? Go on.
because these online banks are obviously they don't have branches, so and they know that, so they have to put a lot of effort into what's on your phone screen. So they really inform you, and they say if someone's calling you, it's not you. Like they have a lot of messages in your face that you can't really miss. But something like a more standard UK bank, I won't say which ones though, but some of them, they don't have that message, or it's not very in your face.
So I think the most common bank that most people bank with is Barclays.
Yeah.
On a comparison to 1 to 10, how hard is Barclays?
To be honest, Barclays is quite difficult. I'll be real. You can't really clear out of a Barclays. That's a whole separate method. I'll be real. Yeah, Barclays is difficult. But then again, everyone's heard about this whole Barclays £250 cash thing. They got hit with that as well. People tried to do a thing with them, but obviously they locked that off. Like this, what I'm saying, Barclays is quite on it. But yeah, now Barclays is quite difficult.
Do banks sometimes have corrupted people within the staff that are also?
Yeah, insiders. We call them insiders.
Okay, and how does someone get in contact with an insider and not get caught by obviously getting involved with them?
Now, a lot of insiders, they won't be people who already work there. It's hard to get people who already work there to
Also,
jump on your thing.
Also,
So we just get someone to apply for the job and hope he gets it. then again, these guys could just do the job, but these men they want fast money.
So they're getting paid from the job and they're getting paid by you lot too.
Exactly.
And you know certain people like this?
Yeah, a couple people. It's hard to find them, but yeah, a couple in certain banks. Yeah, we do have insiders. But if anything happens, like it is them completely because they can say any story in the world, but the proof all points to them. So it's a very risky job, innit?
And what are the risks? Like what sort of punishment does the law have for fraud?
It will straight be a charge for trying to defraud UK banking system. It'll be straight charge for that.
And how many years?
It depends on the amount from what I'm aware, but it's easily a few. And it's a thing where for us, it's like that's on your record, isn't it? Like, that's it, you're done. Can't ever really go into something legit. And then that's just the whole trap of crime. Once you've done crime, you have to always do crime because you can't get a job now, innit?
So do you feel like now you can't do a legitimate job after this? You won't be able to, will
Oh,
you?
100%. I will. No, 100% I will.
You think so?
Yeah, I need to be legit in the after university, 100%.
But do you not also feel like you're gonna get you're so used to quick money now that you're gonna get bored by having a slow job, a slow paying job?
No, because the job that I would aim for with my degree that I'm aiming for as well is quite high paying. So no, it wouldn't.
No?
Especially when you're an older age as well. It's kind of a thing where I can't really be doing that when I have a wife and kids. Come on now. That's crazy. I wouldn't be doing no crime when I'm at that age.
Are there fraudsters who are grown-ass adults and still do it?
100%. And there's some of the, like, these guys, they know what they're doing, bro. Like, even a couple, like, Tanks he's in his 20s. He's in his mid-20s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tanks, he's been doing this thing for time as well.
Tanks, the podcaster.
Yeah. He used to be on that thing as well.
You know about him?
Yeah, of course, bro. We bought a couple of shit back in the day as well.
From Tanks?
Yeah. It was shit, though. It was shit, but still.
And when Tanks used to do stuff, fraud, you think now he's obviously on social media?
Yeah, but the way Tanks has done it is smart, though, because he had a very bad slip-up with the BBC, but my man covered it up quite quickly and moved on from it. He did his thing with that. A lot of man would have got that unfolded, but nah, fair play to Tanks Carla. He did his thing.
So what would you recommend to all the fraudsters that are out in public? Can somebody still be a fraudster and have a normal job?
Yeah, 100%. Loads of people do as well. But it's a thing where it's like, for me, I'd rather focus on one. I wouldn't like to juggle two things at the same time. Because for me as well, like, fraud is like not a full-time job, but you have to put your mind to it. You do have to really like know what you're doing and think about what you're doing.
And you're saying you need to know what you're doing, right? But you see, when you said you made mistakes and you were learning and everything, how did you never ever slip up and never get caught? Because let's just say I'm doing fraud. I can make one mistake and get caught straight away.
Yeah.
How does someone prevent that?
I had the right people around me. I had the right people telling me what to do or not to do. A lot of people don't have that, so it's a big risk.
And how do you find these people and how do you know they're right?
I know it right because I made money and nothing happened, didn't it? That's how I know they were right. But in terms of how I met them, it's literally just like a community of what you bring to the table. And but
so what is it you think you brought to the table?
I had an amazing spoofing voice. And maybe I've not done it so good on the podcast, done it. But when I'm at home and I set up my mic and everything, I have a very good
You have a mic?
voice. Yeah. I got a microphone, innit?
Bro, this is like X Factor.
Nah, but you have to make it sound like you're in a call center, a proper serious office, innit? If they can tell that I'm on the phone like that and you can kind of hear my mouth very close to the mic, then it's a giveaway. It's things like that you got to pick up on.
Can the police or the feds or authorities not track you or track your IP address from your phone?
Nah, not the way we do it. We don't do anything over internet, so there's no IP to track.
So how do people do it without tracking it, without the internet?
Some guys are using PGPs. Obviously,
what's a PGP?
PGP is a Russian encrypted phone.
Okay.
Basically calls off the bank number, and it's encrypted as well. But it's good quality. They're very expensive phones. They're like the ones I was looking at were like 1,000, 1,200. Like that's quite expensive, isn't it?
And they're called PGP phones.
Yeah, PGPs.
And so can you give me an example of what a PGP phone would do?
Yeah, PGP. So if I had a PGP on me right now and I was to call Hazi, he would get a call from a number that will be identical to a bank's number. So if he was to put that number in Google, it will come up with Halifax, for example, and he will trust the call a lot more. But then again, it's encrypted as well. So the guy who's using it is very, very, very secure in what he's doing.
So do all fraudsters use PGP phones?
Nah, not all. Because when I was up and coming, I didn't want to spend that type of money on a PGP phone. So I was using a SIP, which is an app on your phone.
A SIP?
Yeah, SIP. SIP.
Is that still available on people's phones?
Yeah, that's still available. They cracked down on it, but there's a couple that's still
SIP.
SIP.
That's an actual app.
No, it's not an app, but that's just what the software is called, innit?
Okay, and what's
Yeah,
that?
you download a certain app, which I'm not gonna say, but you download a certain app, and then you log in with all the information that the SIP gives you, and then yeah, it's like a keypad in it on your phone. You call someone up, and yeah, but the only issue is that it's not identical to the bank's number. We swapped 2 digits around in it, so it looks very close to the bank number, but it's not the exact bank number.
Wow. Would you ever start your own fraud degree?
What, as in like teach people how to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it before as well. A couple man from my sides, they've seen me post up on a story. A couple youngers as well. Yeah, but these man, they followed everything I said to them to a T. They're making money now, bro. They're good.
What's the youngest guy you've ever taught fraud to?
Uh,
Would you teach a 12-year-old how to do fraud?
nah, chill, because I would never chat to no 12-year-olds in the first place.
No, but
That's
let's just say a 12-year-old.
nah. Because also you can't expect loyalty from a 12-year-old, bro.
Well, what's the certain age requirement? 18 plus?
Nah. The young, because when I was doing it when I was 17, the youngest was 16. That was in my circle that I knew about. But there's definitely guys younger doing it though. Because I was in a lot of Telegram group chats and people were saying their ages. There was a 13-year-old on there.
Do you think if Telegram made their restrictions stronger, made their control stronger, less fraud would happen? People would connect differently, or do you think people would still find a way to connect?
Nah, there's loads of messaging apps that's encrypted, and like Telegram, for example. But even Telegram is kind of losing its touch now because recently the CEO agreed to hand over IP addresses and a lot of information that can reveal who people are over to the government if there's asked in it. So people are moving from Telegram to other apps, which I won't say, but yeah, Telegram used to be the shit though. Everyone used to jump on the GCs, and that's where you meet people, sell shit, buy shit, learn shit.
So you're telling me there's still apps available right now on App Store or Play Store that are like Telegram that are just private?
Yeah, literally, it's invite only, innit? Like you have to have someone to invite you to access those group chats. But yeah.
And why do you think authorities don't restrict these sort of apps?
They can't, because the whole selling point of these apps is to be end-to-end encrypted, where no one can really read your messages in it. So the minute they don't do that, everyone will move away from the app.
How is WhatsApp to operate for fraud?
I've never used WhatsApp in my life.
Would you ever use WhatsApp?
Nah, but it's too mainstream. I don't trust things that are too mainstream.
Snapchat?
Nah, never. But a lot of the shit that people say on Snapchat though isn't serious enough. Like if you send a CC, if you send someone's card number on Snap, it don't matter, I'll be real. But if you say certain things and have like certain videos, then I wouldn't do that on Snap, I can't lie.
Wow, so you wouldn't use mainstream apps?
Nah. The less mainstream it is, kind of the better. People don't know about it. No one's going to really ask about it.
Do you ever think about your victims?
Nah, I'll be real. Not even. I forget as well. I don't even remember half of them.
How many victims do you think over the 2 years, 2.5 years you've ever frauded? How many fraud victims do you think you have in your fraud career in 2.5 years?
Fraud career? Hundreds though. I don't know the exact amount, obviously, but
more than 100, definitely.
100% over 100. Yeah, of course.
In
the range of 300 to 700, something along the lines of that.
300 to 700 people.
Yeah, and that's just me though, and I'm young, bro. There's people who do it way more serious than me. You get me? These men are easily doing tens of thousands of people. It's crazy.
So right now we've got a couple of voice recordings that we're gonna listen to. I'm gonna listen.
I don't know what to do, okay? I don't have a card or anything.
Yeah, what is that, bro?
Yeah, you see the little pause at the end. I was trying not to laugh. I remember that call. Basically, must have called the victim. Man.
That's a real person.
Yeah. Shout out to her, man. But what's it? Yeah, I must have been calling her, innit? And then we've cleared a little bit of money, but I've clocked she's very innocent and she's kind of realized what's going on, innit? But she was very scared to hang up the phone. So it was a thing where I said to her, I said it very quite politely as well. I just said, yeah, we need to have access to your overdraft, this, that. And then, yeah, she cried, tried not to laugh, and I hung up the phone, I can't lie. Right. That was a bit.
And did you make money out of her?
Yeah, like only a little bit, or a few £100.
And this gentleman here has got £10,000 and he's done Google Pay.
Yeah.
So this is a video, I'm just looking at it now. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so that is obviously you add the card to your phone with your wallet pay, so Apple Pay or Google Pay or Samsung Pay. Essentially, when you add your card on, obviously it asks you for a verification code. We grab that by spoofing or however means necessary. And once that's on our phone, that's just, I can tap that wherever, whenever I want. There's no other authorization needed. So there, 10 bags just got done like that, split between whoever was working. And yeah, we're chilling. Blue payment.
And that card machine was linked to.
Yeah, that was linked to someone in our team's one of their drop bank accounts. So that just got straight into there. It was a business bank account. We could accept 10K just like that.
So is that you clicking it or is that someone else?
No, that's me in the that's me in the video.
So that's you clicking, and you're connecting it to your friend's.
Yeah, a bank that he's got access to. Yeah.
And look at him here. This is crazy. Meta. You've got a stack of Meta.
Yeah, guys know about Meta, man. Meta was banging. Meta, we grabbed loads of them, sent it to loads of different drop IDs. They all got paid, I think it was like £50 each, something like that. And then, we collected all of them. We found a good guy who kind of knew how we got them, but he was okay to just have cash in hand, grab it off us. He makes a profit, we make a profit. Everyone's happy. But yeah.
How many Metas did you have?
I don't even remember, bro. It must have been like, in total, like not even in that picture, like everyone in total must have easily been like 40, 50.
Pictures are going to be available in the video, but 40, 50. And you had someone in Meta working that was obviously an insider.
No, there was no insider for Meta. This was just straight carding. Put cards in, straight skip the one-time passcode. It wouldn't ask for that, and then get sold out.
Wow. You can just tell you've just been living a lifestyle. Food, booking.com.
Yeah. Anytime guys want to host a little call center, and if the job what we're doing is a bit crazy, we don't do that from home, and it will get like a random AP apartment, little studio complex, whatever. Go in there, smoke up, do our thing on it. This
is a whole motive you've made. You've made spoofing into a club, basically.
Literally, bro. Shout out to guys, man. You know what I'm saying? If we're all doing nothing on Thursday, jump up, let's get AP and spoof and work, man.
Let's spoof and work.
Literally.
Spoofing and working. People used to say, let's do revision. Now it's spoofing and working.
Come on, man. Get off the phone, man.
Get off the phone. So all of this is done by a phone?
Yeah, literally. Obviously, there's in real life shit sometimes, innit?
Is there any sort of crime that you wouldn't do?
Yeah, I would never trap. Nah, I think trapping is for guys our age especially. There's not enough money to be made for the shit that you're doing. And then the tap guys as well, like, you can pay them and they'll beat someone up and all of that weird, all that violent shit. Oh, fuck with that, man. It's not making you no money. It's not worth it.
Does the term fraudster or F offend you?
Nah, not even. I agree. You know what I'm saying? We do fraud, is what it is. But yeah, man, I still think that morally it's better than a lot of what guys do, trappers and all of that.
So do you have any morally regrets? Do you have any regrets?
Yeah, a couple on it for some people. Some certain cases, I feel a little bit bad. But a lot of the time, man, you're just being stupid, is what it is.
Have you ever thought, you know what, allow it, man. Just allow it for today. I'm not gonna take no one's money today. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, some days I'll just be lazy. I can't be bothered. Or some days I'll just be like, nah, you know what? I've had a good day today. Or so let me not do that. But yeah, sometimes, man.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Only sometimes. So out of 365 days, how many days are you gonna think you're roughly frauding?
What, right now? Or like back in the day?
Just on average.
Now maybe like 100. One every 3 days, something like that.
And one in every 3 days of work. So you'd say you work once a week and you make enough to run that for your month, basically. So
yeah, easily. If it hits. Sometimes it's not consistent. Sometimes I gotta do a couple of days. Sometimes I'll do a few days. But yeah, it depends on it.
So as you can see, we put a little deep dive into the world of fraud. Yeah, as you lot can see, spoofing, a new term that I never heard of. I had all of these algebra XYs. I don't know, my head was a bit confused, but hopefully you lot have a little bit of an understanding of what to be aware of. And I've got a question now for you, last but not least. What's your one piece of advice for those to avoid them from being getting frauded?
Use your head, man. A lot of the time it's adrenaline what's driving you. We put fear. We put adrenaline, we make you rush. Take a step back and just read, and just really understand what's going on and think, can this really happen? Is it too good to be true?
Fear is the driving factor. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you want more videos like this, just keep tuned in. But this was me with a fraudster inside the world of spoofing, fraud, and yeah, you know who it is, that guy. I don't want to be like Hazzy's Hype, but make sure Hype Talks with Hazzy.